Hey guys, Reyfar here. So this is going to be a bit of a short one. This is mostly, I guess, kind of a signal boost and my wholehearted recommendation behind something. So yesterday I spent pretty much the entire day reading The Goats by Bill Kieffer, Building the Perfect Victim, or whatever the sub tagline for this. Um, which I definitely kept niggling in the back of my head while I was reading the whole piece, and I'm like, who's the victim? What's he building? I kept that at the forefront as I go through it. So the novella, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a novella, is basically a pretty hardcore and macabre, abusive relationship with magic and transformation components to the story, and it's really cool. If you can, honestly, if you can stand it, or it's like some kind of interest that you have, totally look into it. I definitely recommend it. But I could totally understand if it's not something that you want to read, because it gets pretty hardcore with how abusive it gets, and I guess domineering. No, degrading, I guess, is probably a better word, between the two characters. But aside from that, the story is fucking awesome. It's definitely a trip. I really didn't find myself lagging anywhere. The only reason I took a break towards the end is mostly for me mentally, and also because I had to go to work. But I think I stopped, I think 2 or 3 chapters away from the end, which is actually a really good point. And then when I was on my break, I read the rest. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad I stopped there. Really left me with that really great mental refresher to really take in what happened towards the end. But nah, yeah, fucking awesome. I really don't want to say dreadfully too much about it, because there's, I think there's a lot of for the reader to take in personally with the story, especially with the character names and the setup and the whole text of the piece, the prose. There's definitely something to gain from having your own personal insight from it. So I think that's my excuse, and I was sticking with it. I guess a little bit to say about my reading experience. A lot of it made me uncomfortable, and I don't know if it was just my lactose intolerance that day, but I was feeling quite sick. It's just I'm reading some lines and paragraphs, or entire chapters and scenes, and I'm like, ugh. But it didn't want to stop me from reading. I have an interest in that shit, serial killers and stuff like that, and I definitely, I guess, found that itch with it, reading through it. And also, okay, so one of the podcasts I listen to is a podcast called Last Podcast on the Left, which is a comedy podcast, but they talk about murderers and serial killers and aliens and conspiracy theories and whatever. And they try and goof around, but when they talk about serial killers and stuff like that, they get serious. But a lot of times there's still that disconnect between what I'm hearing them talk about, the way I guess the murder happened or the victims were found. And I found the same disconnect with reading it, and then when you stop and you think about it, and you're like, wow, that's really fucked up. How can I just gloss over this entire scene here and how fucked up it was? But yeah, I think that's really just it. Yeah, so it's a bit of a short one, but I do want to get you to read it. I do want to talk about it a lot more. I don't know when I will do that. Mostly because before this, I tried recording a video where I talked about it a lot more, and I was rambling and just saying bits and pieces. I'm like, whatever. So this is just my little video for it. So The Goat Building the Perfect Victim, by Bill Kieffer. can be found at Amazon's the main one. That's where I got it from. I still need to leave an Amazon review because mine got rejected last night because I swore. Because I got the email. I'm like, what was wrong with it? I'm like, oh yeah, I typed fuck. And because it is published by Red Ferret Press. I think it's the imprint of Reyfar Press. So yeah, it can also be picked up from Bad Dog Books, some green magnet symbol, the iBook store, Kobo, oh god, Kobo, Barnes and Noble, Rabbit Valley, and also physical from Fur Planet. I kind of forgot about that. I thought it was only an ebook for some reason, so I'll probably need to pick it up from Fur Planet at some point because I do really love it. I'd like to have one on my shelf at least. So yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So yeah, fucking totally get it if you're interested. If not, I don't blame you. But be warned. So yeah, anyway, I've been Reyfar and I'll catch you later.